Daily Stand-Up, Episode 5. Welcome back, everyone. Today we are going to be continuing some coding. If you've missed the previous episodes, don't worry, we haven't done a lot and we can look at the code. So if you've missed episode 1, 2, and 3, all we've done so far is create a simple front-end Hangman game. The answers there are hard-coded. And then we also created a simple back-end API endpoint, and that just grabs random words. These two are not connected yet. So I think that's what we're going to be doing today, and maybe some other stuff, we'll see. So in order for our backend and front end to be able to communicate, we need a HTTP client that allows us to do that. I've mainly used Axios, so that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to install that. Then we can also cross off from our to-do list that we've installed Axios, and one thing I forgot as well was that we've already created a small backend, so I'll cross that off too. I should probably start making branches rather than just working on main. I think I'll start doing that after this. Okay, push that. So from now on I'm going to make branches as long as I remember. I'm sure there'll be times where I'll just completely forget because I'll just be like working off main. Okay, so that's exactly what I did. Created a branch called DS5, which just stands for Daily Stand-Up 5. I mean, I think for now it's a good enough reference point. Obviously it's not talking directly about what we're doing, but we'll be able to go and look back at an episode and see what we did. As well as that, so the first thing we really want to do is remove the hard-coded words because we're integrating it now with our API. We then want to update this use effect because instead of just generating a random word from a hard-coded list, we actually want to go and make a Axios request to our backend and then basically set the random word as that. So yeah, we need to do that and make sure we import Axios. I figured it would make sense to create a Axios config file because that way we don't have to specify the URL every time we make a request. It just ties everything up. And then obviously I was trying to import it, but I was just being a bit of a spanner because I was too lazy to actually find where it was, but we got there in the end. So at this point I figured we were ready to start our backend and front end, but it wasn't actually working yet, and initially I thought this was probably because I forgot to add the port to our config file. But once I added that, it still wasn't working, and I looked at the console errors, and it was actually because there was a cause issue. So we had to go and fix that on the back end, which wasn't too difficult to fix. So yeah, that pretty much made everything work initially, but there were still some more issues. So the next thing that happened, and I actually forgot to record this, was it wasn't working. And the reason it wasn't working was because from the back end we were getting a lowercase word, and on the front end we were using uppercase letters. You can actually see my console logs right there. I obviously fixed that, as you can see, because we were able to get letters in for the words we're sort of trying to make, but actually at the end it would still fail, and this was because actually for the same reason pretty much. We were then trying to compare the lowercase word with the uppercase word. So at this point you can still see me trying to debug it a bit. I hadn't quite worked out what the problem was, but the fix was really easy in the end. We just had to make sure that the two words that we're comparing were the same case, and that fixed the issue. And I think, yeah, that was pretty much it. That got our Hangman game working. There is still one issue, which I'll show you in just a second. So what I'm demonstrating here is that whenever we make a request to the backend, we seem to be getting two words. I imagine this will have something to do with the use effect that's triggering twice. I don't have time to fix it in this episode, but I will in the next. Anyway, that is all for today. I hope you're enjoying the series. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, leave a comment if you have anything interesting to say. I'd be interested to hear it. And yeah, take care. Thanks for watching.